I will be honest, the Chapter 10 performance task is probably one of the most difficult to think about. Um, so here we're looking at circular motion and applying the laws or the rules or theorems of tangent lines in the center of a circle. So there's a lot of written parts to this that I'm going to go through and then help you to try to answer the questions. So what do the properties of tangents tell us about the forces acting on a satellite orbiting around the Earth? How would the path of the satellite change if the force of gravity were removed? So here we have a satellite orbiting the Earth as an example of an object in uniform circular motion, meaning that it's going to be turning at the same rate in a circle. In this type of motion, an object travels around the perimeter of the circle at a constant speed as an acceleration force pulls it toward the center of the circle. So you see the force A is pulling toward the center of that, towards the center, looking at a satellite orbiting the planet Earth. For the satellite, this acceleration is the force of gravity. The key to the circular path is the relationship between acceleration and velocity of the object, which is the speed. Velocity is always speed and direction it is moving. In this case, the force of acceleration acts like the radius of a circle. That's what's pulling down towards the middle. To maintain a circular path, the velocity and acceleration must be perpendicular or form a right angle. This means that the velocity of an object in circular motion is tangent to the circular path. Remember, a tangent line connects the circle in one point, and it also forms a right angle with a radius. So this means that the velocity of the object's circular motion is tangent to the circular path, just as the tangent line to circle theorem, Theorem 10.1, describes the relationship between a line perpendicular to the endpoint of a radius in a circle. If the inward force of acceleration is removed, that object will continue to move in the direction of its velocity. So again, if you take away that inward force, that object is going to fly off in a straight line, tangent to a circular path. Using what you know about circles, tangents, and circular motion, describe the path of the following objects. So there's four. I'm going to show you the first one. To build momentum, an athlete spins 1.5 times through a circle before throwing a discus. The inward force on the discus points toward the body. So that's going to be, the body is going to be the center of a circle. Describe the path of the discus as the athlete releases it. So first off, you know that if the discus is out of the hand, then the force of gravity no longer acts on the discus, and it's going to begin in a certain shape. Will it continue in that? That's what you need to think about and describe. This is something that you're going to have to theorize and try to put to the best of your ability using the rules and laws that were discussed in Chapter 10. This is one, when I look at the evaluation and the rubrics, I'm going to be fairly lenient on, because it is something that is, again, abstract, but I want you to try to connect the situations with what you've learned through the chapter.